Hello students, how are you? I hope everybody are safe and sound at home. Welcome to today's class. Yes, so far we are going with the story Oliver asked for more. Now let us continue the story. The room in which the boys were fed was a large stone hall with a big copper bowl at one end, out of which the master, dressed in an apron for the purpose and assisted by one or two women, ladled the gruel at mealtime. Of this festive composition, each boy had one basin full and no more except on occasions of great public rejoicing, when he had 2 ounces and a quarter of bread besides. The basins never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone game. When they had performed this operation, they would sit staring at the copper bowl with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the big bowl itself and everything in it. At the same time, they sucked their fingers most carefully to catch up any stray splashes of gruel that might have stuck thereon. Boys have generally excellent appetite. Oliver Twist had and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation of 3 months. At last they got so voracious and wild with hunger that one boy who was tall for his age and hadn't been used that sort of thing, for his father had kept a small cook shop, hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin full of gruel per day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him, who happened to be a weakly youth of tender age. He had a wild, hungry eye, and they believed him. A council was held, lots were cast as to who should walk up to the master after supper that evening and ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. So, dear students, when the board had decided to give them weekly gruel served with an onion and everyday meal of a gruel. So as it is going on, what had happened? The people, that the boys, they became very thin and weak. Yes, and where these boys stayed, how was that? It was a large stone hall. It was a large stone hall, and one of them at the end of that small large hall, there was a big bowl. Here you can see that big bowl, and every day they used it that master, which the master dressed in a apron. So here you can see that apron, nothing but apron means nothing but a protective garment worn over the front of one's clothes and tied at the back. So that when they wore that a garment which is used to protect while cooking or while serving anything. So the master, here it is, you can see the master, and he was assisted with the 2 women. He was assisted. What is the meaning of assisted? Helped. So who was helped with by 2 women, and with the ladle, the gruel at mealtime. Here it is ladle. What is the meaning of ladle? A long handled spoon used to serve liquids. You can see here it is a ladle. Yes, so that every day they will be served, each boy will be served one basin full of gruel. Only they serve one. Here it is, you can see the basin. Every day they will be served this basin full of gruel. Whether it is sufficient or not, never mind by the people. So they used to serve only one basin full of gruel. And there is no choice. They left no choice to the boys to ask some more. So whatever had been served, they have to satisfy with that. But they used to serve them more If at all any public rejoices, here rejoice means happiness or delightful. So if at all any public occasions or any festive seasons, then only they used to serve more gruel. But every day they used to serve them only one basin full of gruel. And along with the, so whenever any special occasion is there, they will be served 2 ounces of gruel and a quarter of the bread piece, a small piece of bread. Only, not every day, only on the any special, on any kind of special occasions. So here it is, the basins never wanted washing, nothing but, so whatever the food had, whatever the gruel had been served in that, they used to eat, not leaving even a small pinch of gruel, because already they used to be served very little amount. So that little amount they never waste even a little amount. They used to eat each and every pot of gruel. So never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again. When they had performed this operation, they would sit staring at the copper bowl with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the big bowl itself. So here it is. Staring means nothing but look fixedly. So after serving that gruel, after eating that little amount, again they used to staring at the bowl. They used to look at the bowl. Staring means nothing but look fixedly. They used to look at the bowl. Why? Because they, whatever the gruel had been served for them, that was not at all sufficient. And even though they do not have any dare to ask them to give more. So that how they used to look at that copper bowl, as if they wanted to have great quantity of food to eat. So to devour. Devour means nothing but eat hungrily or quickly. So that they used to look at that copper bowl as if they wanted to eat hurriedly and very quickly whatever the food was there in that basin. And here it is gruel that might have stuck there on. So they, whatever had been stick to that bowl, they used to eat that. And finally they used to suck their fingers. They used to suck their fingers as well. And generally boys have excellent appetite. What is the meaning of appetite? Hunger. Generally compared to girls, boys do have a very great appetite. They used to feel hungry, more hungry than girls. So that whatever the food had been served, that was not at all sufficient for them. So, Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation for 3 months. What is the slow starvation? Already I told you that starving means nothing but suffering from hunger. So that like this, because of serving very little amount of food, Oliver Twist and as well his companions, nothing but his friends, has suffered for food for 3 months. So after that, they got so voracious. After that, after 3 months, they got so voracious. Voracious means nothing but wanting a great quantity of food. So that what did they expect? As the food was not sufficient for them for 3 months, as they suffered from hunger, then they started thinking to have great quantity of food for eating. So as it is going on, one day one of the boys, yes, who was a bit tender, a bit elder to other boys. The boy said, as he was suffering from hungry, what he said that his companion, that unless he had another basin full of gruel per day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept to next to him. So one of the boys, he warned his companions, dear boys, if I did not get one basin full of extra food, definitely one or other day in the night time I eat any one of you. He said in a very angry and harsh manner to his companions. So other boys, they felt very they were afraid of him. They were afraid of him. But nobody had dare enough to talk to the master to give some more gruel. So they among them they discussed, and finally they decided that Oliver should ask the master to serve more food in the following day. So finally, what did they decide? Okay, okay, Oliver will go to the master and he will ask him more food. Okay, so that is how all the boys they decided Oliver to ask more food in the following day. So dear students, so this is all about today's topic, and here it is. From this you can see a large stone hall, a big copper bowl. Here you can see that hall and bowl. These are the nouns and they are describing more large stone. It was so large and it was a stone built and a big, it was a ball was very big and what is the metal of it? Copper. So here it is. Noun phrase. This is a noun phrase. So add more information to the noun. Noun phrase means nothing but adding more information to the noun. So dear students, this is all about today's class and we'll continue the story in the next class. I hope you have understood well. Thank you.